just wanted to do a little update on our recovering Betta friend. He's doing very well. He's very active. And the reason I'm doing the update is because he's getting some new roommates. So we're looking for something a little different. Something Betta safe and something a little exotic, if that's how you want to call them. So Betta safe, well, the closest thing that I can get to guaranteed success is snails. Now I have some pond snails breeding in a tank in the other room, and their purpose is to feed my puffers. But I wanted something a little different. So I went online and I did some research, and I came across this species of snail called the piano snail, or Taia Naticoides. Yeah, you're wondering what I've just stuck in your tank, huh? Good. So I ordered them in. They arrived a few minutes ago. I'm just acclimating them to the temperature. They are life-bearer snails, so if I got at least one male and one female, they will give me maybe one baby every 14 days, which is much more manageable than, 700 babies once a week from the pond snails. And I think they're a little tough to come across, especially if you live in the US. I live in Europe, so it's okay. The little information that I could find on them told me that they wouldn't grow past an inch in size. As you can see, that was false. These snails are rather massive. So I might message the seller and ask them about it. Not that I have a problem with it. I think it's cool that they're big, makes them more visually interesting. But yeah, we'll see how they do. Ooh, one of them's having a little move around. So the ideal piano snail is actually more like the one on the right, or the one that's having a little move in the back, with a little bit more contrast and stripes. So I'm a bit sad about the one on the left because it doesn't have that. But once I start breeding them, I'll probably sell off the ones with less contrast and keep the ones with more, and eventually maybe get a nice stock. I plan on getting more if these live well in this tank. Since I don't know an awful lot about these snails, aside from very basic care. They are omnivores, they need a little bit of calcium in their water, their temperature matches that of the Betta's needs. But since it's hard to find extensive information on them, I only got 3 to start with. If they do well over the next few weeks, I will order maybe 4 more. 7 snails in the tank, I think that's fair. And maybe eventually develop a nicer breeding stock. More updates. I rescaped the tank a little bit. I'm very pleased with it. So I got some nice rocks, gave them a good soak, gave them a good scrub, gave them a good boil, and stacked them. Why not? I rearranged the plants. These tall ones, I think they're called gymnocarine plants. I think, possibly, maybe. I split the crypt that I had at the bottom to create a more carpeted feel. I'll never get real carpeting on this aquarium because the light isn't too powerful and I don't really plan on replacing it. So it's going to be low light species, aka no grasses. Oh, and you might have noticed the water level is a little bit lower. Why did I do that? Well, I realized a couple of days ago that I didn't really have any surface agitation. which means that the aeration in the tank was going to be kind of poor. So I just lowered the tank water line to where the filter outlets its water, which means that as the water comes out, it breaks the water surface and aerates my tank a little bit, which is going to be a lot nicer for the betta fish. I don't really want to get a bubbler in here, mainly because I have a lot of stuff plugged into this one outlet and it's the only one that's near the tank. And if I wanted to use another power outlet, it would have to go by the door, through the cat, and over on that side. And it's a bit of a hazard. And I didn't want to overcharge the outlet I'm using now, so I have to find an alternative method. I can't really plug anything else in for this tank. He's got his light, he's got his filter, he's got his heater. So I'm going to keep the water line a little bit lower for now and see how that works out for me. And if I can eventually figure out an alternative solution, I will. But yeah, good things all around for now. Look at the little guy climbing up the sides of the bag. It had gotten a bit cold by the time the shipment arrived, so I think these snails are a little dormant from the cold, and now that they're warming up with the aquarium water, they're coming back to life. Oh, last update. Gave him a name. His name is Victor Emilio. Victor because it's a nice, strong name. He will be the winner at life. And Emilio because I suspect he's an old man. And Emilio is a really good old man name here where I live. I was going to decide on one of the two, but I like both names. So it's going to be a double-barreled Victor Emilio.